Okay, so I saw this video of Lizzo a minute ago, and they were like, how can she still be so fat when she's moving all the time? She's going all the time.
So Lizzo, the rotund musical star, I'm allowed to make fun of her weight. And the reason I'm allowed to make fun of her weight is because she has decided that quote unquote fat is beautiful, right? She is the one who made an issue of her body. I did not make an issue of her body. She was free to, dress modestly and not make an issue out of her body and to not run entire ad campaigns centered on the idea that she is within the definitions of traditional beauty. And now she's upset that people are making fun of her. Well, according to page 6, Lizzo is not trying to change her body. She's trying to scroll social media without seeing disparaging comments about it. Don't scroll social media. It is a mistake. It is always a mistake. But apparently Lizzo does that. She says she often finds herself clapping back at trolls who use their small platforms to shame her for her weight because they're the real bullies, right? The guy with 3 followers on Twitter who's making fun of her for claiming that she is, once again, the apex of human attractiveness. That person is the real problem. She, with her millions and millions and millions of followers, going after the guy with 3 followers, he's the bully. Most recently, Lizzo went off on one specific hater who tweeted a video of her performing and wrote, "How is Lizzo this fat when she's constantly moving this much on stage? I wonder what she must be eating." A solution to that would not be to do what she did in the video that was at issue, where she was wearing a sequined outfit, including a sequined dress, and then she removed the sequined bottom of the dress to reveal that she was essentially wearing a thong. She said, "Someone in the comments said I eat a lot of fast food. I literally stopped eating fast food years ago." And then she said, "I'm not trying to be fat. I'm not trying to be smaller. I'm literally trying to live and be healthy. This is what my body looks like even when I'm eating super clean and working out." I have doubts. Unless she has a genetic condition, it doesn't. Because the way that you lose weight is by creating a caloric deficit. That is the way that you lose weight in this world. I really doubt that she is eating nothing but salad and working out an hour and a half a day. She says, "Being fat isn't my brand. Being fat is what my body looks like." Well, it's weird since you literally have a brand that is predicated on being large. She has Yitty, which is shapewear reinvented. Why is it reinvented? Well, because it's designed for all body types with sizes from 6X on up. So yes, you literally have a brand built around you being a large person. So yeah, you're making money off you being large. If you go the Adele route and you lose a bunch of weight, then presumably you will lose some of your brand.
I'm a chubby girl. I've been a chubby girl, I've been a thin girl, I've done both, okay? I had gastric bypass, I still put weight back on. And listen, I'm not saying it's not my fault, it definitely is. I don't agree with all this, being okay with being fat. I don't think we should be mean to people, but I also don't think we should make it something that is something to look up to, because it's not healthy. I have a lot of health issues that I struggle with. I have lupus. I don't know if that's, fat related, but I have it's harder to walk. It's harder to buy clothes. It's harder to do things when you're heavy. Now, for me, I have worked very, very hard to lose weight and done very well and stayed thin for a long time, but I had to be so strict for myself, and I would lose very little weight, and it was very hard to keep off. But I know people that eat hamburgers every day, and they eat hot dogs, and they have, I guess, higher metabolisms. I don't really know. I just know that my best friend drinks constantly, like sugary alcoholic drinks, eats fast food at every meal, and he's about this big, okay? I don't do that. I eat salads, I eat grilled chicken, I eat vegetables, I do have sugar in my coffee. I will give you that, okay? But I don't drink soda. I try really hard to eat pretty healthy. Do I have a chocolate bar at times? Sometimes. I don't do it all the time. I'm not somebody that's eating like what I've seen some of these other people eating. I don't eat like that. I'm lucky if I eat all day. And see, I think that's part of the problem too. I think that sometimes as fat women, we don't eat enough to keep our metabolisms up. So people always think, oh, we overeat. And I do. I know it's calories in, calories out, but when I track my calories, sometimes I'm not getting even enough calories. When I did Weight Watchers, that was one of my biggest issues, is they were like, you have to eat this many calories, but it's, of course, healthy calories. And I know a lot about dieting and a lot about health. I have done it my whole life. I have literally been a slave to it. Okay, I've tried the pills. I had bypass surgery. I'm now 42, and I just can't live my life feeling like I'm chasing this person who clearly I'm not meant to be. It's just so much. When I lose weight, this is what I have to do. I have to eat like a rabbit. I have to run every single day, or some kind of like running, dancing, like cardio. Okay, I've got to do muscle training. And, I've done some of those like cardio dance videos and stuff. I loved those. And then the challenge videos, with that, what was that guy's name that used to do the boxing videos? Billy Blanks or whatever. Like I've done all those things and I've done very well. I'm very athletic. I go constantly. I never stop. I'm on my feet. I'm running. I'm doing gardening. I'm cleaning up my house. I'm running around with the kids. I'm going shopping. I mean, I go constantly and I work out. Not as much as I used to, because I just can't be a slave to it. But I try to like get exercise. Like I am going, okay? My point here is that I have 2 daughters. They're both beautiful. They're both wonderful. They're both I think they're fantastic. But I do worry about the weight thing because I struggled with it and I know it's harder. I've been both sizes. As a thin woman, I could go into a bar or restaurant and any man in there, they would be like, it was so easy. I mean, all I have to do is look their direction. Okay? And sometimes not even that. It was so easy. As a heavy woman, I'm funnier. Like, I still get attention, but it's different. It's different. It's harder to buy clothes. Like I said before, you just have less confidence. So I'm glad that some of these girls have confidence that are heavy. That's great. I have no problem with that. Anyhow, back to my story. So I have I'm sorry, I'm in my car. I have 2 little girls. One is 9, one is 7. One of them eats constantly. I cannot get food out of this child's mouth. She is constantly trying to snack or eat. She's hungry all the time. She is very tall because I'm tall and her dad is tall. She's also very thin. I mean, she does exercise. Both my kids exercise. They're very active. They ride bikes and they jump trampoline and they swim and they run and they are active. But she never stops eating. And she doesn't want to eat healthy stuff. She wants to eat Takis and snacks and chips. And, I keep some of that in the house, but I also keep green beans and grapes and fruit and vegetables and salads and things like that. So, and grilled chicken, like we eat healthy, okay? I take care of my children. They eat healthy. But she doesn't want to eat that. She'll eat a bite of dinner and then she'll want snacks. Okay? Now, I know what you're going to say. Why do you let her do it? I don't let her do it. But she's 9 and she could be sneaky. Okay? You're stupid if you think that you can control everything that goes into a 9-year-old's mouth. I'm sorry. You just can't. I try to watch her. I try to tell her. I try to teach her. She's got a fantastic body for a 9-year-old. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. My 7-year-old, not a big snacker, gets a lot of exercise, runs constantly, can go and go and go. She's a beautiful child. But she struggles a little bit more with her weight. And I find it really interesting because she eats way less. She exercises probably about the same. She loves green beans and healthy stuff and fruit and vegetables. She's not a snacky type of person. She's not constantly putting something in her mouth. Yet, she struggles more with her weight and I know she's younger and stuff, but this has been the same thing like going on like for years. And so I do worry about it. But my point is, everybody's different. For some people, it's harder. And for other people, it's not as hard. And for those of you that are like, all you have to do is this, you know what? No, that's not the truth. I don't care what anybody says. I'm 42 years old. I've struggled with this my whole life. I've watched my friends eat so much fast food and they gain nothing. You cannot tell me that that's the same. If I ate like that, I would look much closer to Lizzo than I do now. Okay? So this is just horse shit. There is something going on. I don't know if there's like they're lying to us or they're not telling us something or they don't know. I don't know. But you cannot tell me it's calories in, calories out all the time. You cannot tell me it's not your body that's doing something. I mean, I know there's a science to it. I've seen all the research. I've looked into it. I know that everybody has different things that do different things. I'm not going to go into all that right now. But when people simplify it and go, she must just eat a lot, it's horse shit and it's not true. And I'm not like a big, fan of Lizzo or anything. It's not even just Lizzo. It's like other people too, other heavy people online. Some people eat themselves into oblivion. I agree with that, but not everyone. Thank you. I'm sorry I had to rant. I just had to. Thank you.